video. Today we're doing NBA plays here today on PrizePicks, Game 1 of the NBA Finals. Golden State versus the Boston Celtics, and I expect this to be a terrific series. If you're not a fan of either of these teams, I know you are excited for this series. I think this is the series a lot of people wanted. Two best teams in basketball, in my opinion. I think these teams match up very well. I think Boston has a little bit more size than Golden State. Obviously, Golden State has a little bit more guard depth. But nonetheless, I think this is going to be a very, very interesting series. We're doing prize picks today. I'm going to give 5 plays. Actually, I'm going to give 5 plays and then a sixth bonus play that I really, really like because there was a sixth play that I really, really liked in game one. But also, I should mention that in game one and throughout these entire playoffs, you see these patterns that build throughout the series, especially with players and their props. So game one, we do have to kind of feel out what's going to happen, what these matchups and what these rotations are going to be in this series. But nonetheless, 5 plays with a sixth play that I really like here on PrizePicks. There is a link in the description below to sign up for PrizePicks. PrizePicks will match 100% of your first deposit. And if you are not yet on PrizePicks, what I like the most about PrizePicks is that they do pay out if you do not hit all of your picks with a flex play. So again, if you hit 3 of 5, 4 of 5, obviously 5 of 5, you win your money. So let's not waste any time, you guys. Let's get right into it. 5 plays with a 6 bonus play. PrizePicks Game 1 NBA Finals. Let's go. So the first play is going to be a play we've been locking in from the previous series, or actually, I guess we did lock this in a few times. It's going to be Marcus Smart rebounds, and I'm going to take the over here on this 4. This has been at minimum a push in every game against Miami. This line went up the last 2 games in the Miami series. His line was 3.5. Well, Marcus Smart, a great rebounding guard, obviously 9, 4, 5, 4, and 9. He is going to give Steph Curry problems. I think notoriously he gives Steph Curry problems. The only issue I have with Marcus Smart in this series is foul trouble, just because he's going to be playing a ton of Steph Curry. I think he's going to probably play on some Clay. He's obviously going to play on some Jordan Poole as well. So if Marcus Smart can stay out of foul trouble, I expect him to have a terrific series. He's obviously a part of that three-headed snake that is Tatum, Brown, and Marcus Smart himself. But 4 rebounds being the line. He's had at minimum a push, and then against the Milwaukee Bucks, those last 3 games, he had 4, 5, and 7. Like I said, terrific rebounding guard. I think he really brings it to another level in the playoffs because of his intensity and hustle. Love the over here on Marcus Smart 4 rebounds. The next one is going to be a turnover play. And I haven't really been making too many turnover plays, but this one really stood out to me is Jaylen Brown and his over 2.5. He's hit this 4 of his last 5. He's had turnovers of 4, 4, 4, 1 turnover here, and then 7 turnovers here. This is game 1 of the NBA Finals. This is his first NBA Finals, and this is on the road in Golden State. He makes a lot of great plays, but he also gets himself, if you watch games, he gets himself in a lot of situations where he drives, and the defenders close out, and he has to kick late, and those are really what results in a lot of his turnovers. So I love the over here on Jaylen Brown projected turnovers. I knew I wanted to have a line or a play with Jaylen Brown, so this is the one that really stood out to me. You can see he's hit this 4 of his last 5, so I like the over here on this one. The next one is going to be our guy, Chef Curry, and it's going to be his fantasy score, and it's going to be an over. I think Steph Curry is going to have a great series. Obviously, he's looking for that Finals MVP. There's a few, props that I liked with him. 3-pointers made was a prop I liked. I also liked assists as well at 5.5. But I just think fantasy score, if you take a look at how he's done, he had missed his last 2 games against Dallas. Barely missed it, right? 39 and 39. But before that, 44, 46, and 50. If he can get going early, I think that's been his only issue. He kind of doesn't start get going until the second half. But the peripheral stats are there. If he can get a few blocks, if he can get a few steals, even better. But I think he's good for at least 25 points tonight, 5 rebounds, 5 assists. So love the over here on Steph Curry, game 1 of the NBA Finals, 41 fantasy score. Honestly, seems rather low for 2-time MVP and a 3-time champion. So I like the over here Steph Curry fantasy score. Next play is going to be an assist play, and it's going to be a play we made almost every game. Celtics Miami Heat series is going to be Al Horford over 3. Now you can see he's hit this at minimum of push. 3 every game in the Miami series he had at least 3 assists, I believe. Yep, 3, 3, 3, 5, 5, and 3. And then previously against Milwaukee, he had at least 33, 3, 5, 3, 6, 3, and 6. So again, we like to add, or at least I do. I like to add at least one push in all my lines here on Prize Picks, just because the potential of it being a push. And now we have two right now with Marcus Smart 4 and Al Horford 3 assists. But I love the over here. If anything, I will take the push on this. But I like his opportunities to get assists in this offense with Boston having a ton of jump shooters. And Al Horford, I think he's going to play a ton of minutes in this series because of how the Celtics match up with Golden State. Um, Al Horford's going to play a ton of 5 in this series. Robert Williams, I think, depending on how much Kevon Looney plays, I don't know what Robert Williams' minutes are going to be like, which goes back to me saying at the beginning of this video that we need to see what rotations are going to look like in matchups. But I love Al Horford. I think he's good for 35 minutes a game this entire series, which will translate in a good amount of assists for him. The next one is going to be another over, and then we're going to go back to fantasy score, and it's going to be A. Wiggins, 28. I just feel like it's too low for Andrew Wiggins. He only missed this one time in the Dallas series, 33, 34, 44, and 35. I like this for a few reasons. One, because the peripheral stats, he's got those opportunities for blocks and steals. Rebounding has been rebounding at a super high rate, and then he's good for at least 15 to 20 points. He is going to play a ton of minutes, and he is going to have his hands full on the defensive end. With him, he's either going to be guarding Jason Tatum or Jaylen Brown all night. So I expect him to get into those passing lanes, get some steals, get some rebounds. I just think the minutes and the opportunity here for Andrew Wiggins are too much, to not take his fantasy score. It only being 28 seems pretty attainable for a player like him. I like the over here on this one. And then, so that's 5 plays that I like in tonight's NBA game 1 of the finals. But I also like, and I yet to decide if I'm going to add this and take one of these off, but I'm going to give you this 6 play, and it's going to be Derek White. Just his over on his points. He's been playing really well, 13, 14, 22, and 8. And in this game 7 against Miami, if you guys watched the game, he got elbowed in the head by Bam. But so he came out the game. He didn't play the last, 10 minutes of the game. So he would have for sure hit his over here on 8. I think the line was 8.5. I actually had him in my line. And I was like, damn, he's not going to play anymore. So he would have hit this his last 4 games, especially against Miami. He is a potential X factor for the Boston Celtics in this series. You could see he only played 19 minutes. He was good for at least 25 in that game against Miami. But he's an X factor just because he has to kind of match Jordan Poole's offensive output, in my opinion. So I may or may not throw Derek White in there. I may or may not take one of these off. But these are the 5 I really like here on tonight's NBA Game 1. And then I also like Derek White over 8 points. So again, you guys let me know in the comments below how you feel about these plays. Please drop a like on this video, hit the subscribe button, and as always, have a great day.